Tonight, mission statement. Back from Iraq, President Bush says the violence won't stop, but claims the new government will succeed with American help. Security sweep. More than 2,000 illegal immigrants netted in a nationwide raid. Dozens working in some of the country's most secure sites. Safety questions. A powerful senator confronts the government saying health officials knew safety data for a powerful antibiotic was forged, but approved it anyway. Brian Ross investigates. And American Dream. The little boy who showed Peter Jennings what life was like inside Sarajevo's war zone today becomes a U.S. citizen.
From ABC News, this is World News Tonight with Charles Gibson.
Good evening. The president was only in Iraq for a bit more than 5 hours yesterday, but he says he came back sensing a whole new feeling there. In a Rose Garden news conference today, he was equal parts enthusiasm and realism. Progress is being made, but violent attacks will not end. The new Iraqi government can succeed, but he was cautious about U.S. troop withdrawals. In Washington, we start with our White House correspondent, Martha Raddatz. Martha?
Charlie, the president was very forceful today and about as upbeat as possible about Iraq's future. Back from Iraq only 6 hours, the president seemed to be operating on the adrenaline of success. The death of Zarqawi, the formation of the Iraqi government, and what he witnessed himself in Baghdad.
I sense something different happening in Iraq. The progress will be steady toward a goal that is clearly been defined.
But the president also counseled patience.
I hope there's not an expectation from people that all of a sudden there's going to be zero violence.
And Mr. Bush stressed again and again that the U.S. will not pull out of Iraq until the country is capable of standing on its own.
The policy of the United States government is to stand with this new government and help them succeed. And we will do what it takes to help them succeed.
The president said at the heart of the plan is improving security, especially in Baghdad. Today, close to 50,000 Iraqi forces and more than 7,000 U.S. troops began Operation Together Forward. More checkpoints were set up, a curfew extended, and a weapons ban put in place. In recent months, attacks in the capital have been worse than even in the rest of Al-Anbar province. In addition to improving security, the new U.S.-Iraqi plan calls for strengthening the economy through increased oil production and improving living conditions by increasing electrical output.
You can measure progress in megawatts of electricity delivered. You can measure progress in terms of oil sold on the market on behalf of the Iraqi people. There's ways to determine whether or not this government's plans are succeeding.
But in the more than 3 years the U.S. has been in Iraq, neither oil production nor electricity has risen above pre-war levels.
One of the most daunting things Mr. Bush is implying here is the Iraqis can accomplish things that we have not.
The president was also asked about his own security in Iraq today, Charlie, why he could not go in there and tell even the Iraqi prime minister until 5 minutes before their meeting. The president said, Iraq is a dangerous place, and I am a high-value target.
Martha, one other thing that caught my ear as I listened to the president today, he said he wanted to close the prison where we hold alleged terrorists in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. I had not heard that before.
He did say that. I think he said it in the past, but not so strongly. But one of the reasons this is in the news, of course, is there were 3 suicides there over the weekend, and the president also had a big but to that answer. But, he said, there are still very dangerous people there.
All right, Martha Raddatz reporting from the White House. And as Martha mentioned this morning, tens of thousands of mostly Iraqi troops fanned out across Baghdad in a new operation to try and secure that city. It's an important test case of whether Iraqi security forces can be effective and whether the capital city can ever be made secure. ABC's Miguel Marquez is there.
In a massive show of its military might, Iraq's security forces searched and inspected almost anything that moved. Before, I used to see 1 or 2 police, he says. Now, they are on every other street. Sporting new insignias on their uniforms, Iraqi soldiers and police hope to choke off the constant violence in this city of almost 6 million people. I think this plan is good, he says. It should have been done from the start. U.S. troops are playing a supportive role in the operation and are embedded with Iraqi units. But will the operation bring peace to this city?
To make this work, you've got to go beyond Baghdad. Hunt down the rest of the insurgency, bring the rest of militias under control.
The challenges are clear. Today in one of Baghdad's toughest Sunni Muslim neighborhoods, Azamiya, police and gunmen clashed. In another, a parked car exploded, killing 4 people. And in northern Baghdad, thousands of Shiite Muslims demanded that the U.S. leave Iraq now. If Operation Forward Together works, it may set the stage for exactly that. Miguel Marquez, ABC News, Baghdad.
And there is another major operation on the other front of the war on terror, Afghanistan. 11,000 coalition forces, including 2,300 U.S. troops, are preparing to launch a major offensive tomorrow, Operation Mountain Thrust. It's going to target Taliban fighters who have been very active in a southern province of the country. Military authorities say the U.S.-led offensive will be the largest in Afghanistan since the war began. Back in this country, federal officials say they've apprehended thousands of undocumented immigrants, gang members, and other fugitives in a nationwide sweep. It yielded more than 2,000 arrests in 34 states. But the sobering part of these raids, many of the people arrested worked in what are supposed to be the most secure areas of the country. ABC's Pierre Thomas has that story.
One of the undocumented construction workers arrested today at Dulles Airport had a security badge that gave him unfettered access to the airport tarmac.
And it's a huge problem, so we have to concentrate on the areas we think that would be most dangerous to the public.
Federal officials say they've uncovered a disturbing trend. At some of the country's most sensitive sites, illegal immigrants have had no trouble getting jobs. The Naval Surface War Center in Indian Head, Maryland, a seaport in Oakland, California, the Crystal River Nuclear Power Plant in Florida, the White Sands Missile Range in New Mexico, even the Army Special Operations Command at Fort Bragg in North Carolina.
Once illegal aliens get here, they can get into a variety of different jobs, no matter how secure those jobs are, because document fraud is so rampant.
Sources tell ABC News there is now a multi-million-dollar black market industry producing fake ID to help undocumented immigrants get jobs.
In some cases, even government contractors are intentionally looking the other way.
Last year, a Texas company that provided meals ready to eat for U.S. troops in Iraq pleaded guilty to falsifying documents so it could hire illegal immigrants.
The fear is that there could be a terrorist or somebody with more sinister intentions mixed in with a crew like that.
While there is no evidence any of those arrested today have ties to terrorism, it is evident that many supposedly secure locations may not be as secure as we thought. Pierre Thomas, ABC News, Washington.
We're going to turn next to a U.S. senator and his outrage that a popular antibiotic is widely sold in this country, even though there are serious safety questions about the drug. The drug is Ketek. It is used for respiratory infections such as bronchitis. The senator, Grassley of Iowa, says the government health officials knew the drug was unsafe but won't do anything about it. Our chief investigative correspondent, Brian Ross, joins us with more. Brian?
Charlie, safety tests done on Ketek and submitted to the FDA showed it met safety standards. But it turns out that many of the test results were faked, and now there have been some deaths. To the outrage of some in Congress, Ketek was approved for sale even after the Food and Drug Administration learned safety tests were forged. Now, with reports of 4 deaths and dozens of liver failures and injuries, Senator Charles Grassley is trying to find out what happened. He showed up today at the Department of Health and Human Services to demand access to the investigators who uncovered the Ketek fraud. He was told no and sent home empty-handed.
It's a situation where I smell a cover-up.
The most serious problems occurred in a test conducted in Gadsden, Alabama, at this weight loss clinic, now closed. A former nurse says she was told to forge signatures and patient data.
90% of the people didn't even take the drug.
The doctor in charge, Maria Ann Kirkman Campbell, is serving 5 years in prison for falsifying the tests, which she conducted for the makers of Ketek, Sanofi Aventis.
She was getting $400 per patient, so she just did what she could to get more.
Aventis presented all of that data to the FDA as being evidence that the drug was safe.
1 month before the drug was approved by the FDA, its own scientists learned of the problems and wrote in this document that the integrity of all Key-Tech tests, not just in Alabama, cannot be assured with any degree of confidence. The FDA approved Key-Tech anyway, and last year Aventis had sales of almost $200 million.
There's too chummy of a relationship between companies and the FDA. I can say without a doubt it should have been withdrawn.
The company says the benefit of Key-Tech outweighs the known risks and that it has been proven to be safe in use in Europe. The FDA says there are no plans to take Key-Tech off the market, but it is considering adding a stronger warning label now 2 years, Charlie, after it first knew there were some problems.
And Brian, there's one aspect of this rather interesting. I must admit, in all my years of covering Washington, I've never seen a senator go up to a department of the U.S. government, knock on the door, and be turned away.
Well, Senator Grassley is a tough character. He's done it once before, he said, 23 years ago. And he felt today he had to do it again because they had refused to comply with the subpoena and are really, he says, covering up.
All right, Brian Ross. There's a new warning tonight about the critical state of this country's emergency rooms. 500,000 times a year. That works out to about once every minute. An ambulance with a sick patient is turned away from an ER that is full and sent to one further away. The Institute of Medicine says the emergency system is unprepared to handle disasters like a disease outbreak or a terrorist strike, and it urged Congress to take steps to help improve emergency care. Still ahead, a very good week for the president in Iraq. Will it reshape the battle for Congress? Tonight's Closer Look. An emotional fight in coal country, tearing one town apart. Is a coal company making children ill? And a remarkable journey. The boy that Peter Jennings befriended in Sarajevo. He became an American today.
This is World News Tonight, brought to you by Total Cereals.
Hi, sorry. Want a bite? No, thanks. It looks great, but I'm thinking... I'll take that. No, maybe that.
Don't just watch calories with Special K. Get whole grain total and watch nutrition, too. 100 calories plus 100% of 12 vitamins and minerals. 100 calories, 100% nutrition.
Married, 2 kids. Don't bother.
Enjoy 100% delicious. Try 3 great flavors from Total.
What's the new deal at Big Lots? The Britannias are coming just in time for Father's Day. Get great fitting Britannia jeans at the brilliantly low closeout price of just $12.99 and shorts for just $10. Save over 40%. The Britannias are coming, and they're only at Big Lots.
Hi, I'm Bobby Vandermeer, and this is my story. I'm a fairly new golfer. I've been playing for about 6 years with the Golden Girl Golf League. We all suffer from all kinds of arthritic pain. We're not real good golfers, so we have to take a lot of swings. It hurts your joints, and my fingers used to get it, my shoulder and my neck. And they said, take Aleve. It lasts all day, and it'll work. Aleve has helped to reduce all that. In fact, I don't have any pain when I'm golfing. I'm using it right now, and I don't hurt at all. No, it has not helped my score. Don't ask my weight, my age, or my golf score.
It had to be you. It had to be you.
Is it love? Or is it fancy feast? Is it the moist, bite-sized morsels of grilled ocean whitefish and tuna? The exquisite flavor? Or the incomparable selections? Does it really matter? Is it love? Or is it fancy feast?
It had to be you.
Single white female enjoys shopping, long walks, and cuddling. You marry me.
Investing with someone you've never met doesn't make much sense either. That's why Edward Jones opens local offices, so you can invest with someone you know.
My spaceship would have special passageways, secret places to hide things, and a place to watch everything. So powerful, it can, go past Mars in 2 seconds. And shields all around, so I can protect myself from aliens. In my spaceship, I am the captain.
Introducing the all-new Hyundai Entourage, with the best crash test rating ever for a minivan.
We're going to take a closer look tonight at the politics of Iraq. In our most recent poll, just 32% of Americans said they approved of the president's handling of the war. And Republicans are fearful that disillusionment about Iraq could cost them control of the House, perhaps even the Senate. But in watching the president today during his news conference, you couldn't help but sense that with recent news from Iraq and his trip yesterday, he may think he's got a chance to pick up some political support. So here's our national correspondent, Jake Tapper.
Do you think there's anything you could have done?
Motivated by some good news, President Bush was in a jovial mood today, joking around several times with reporters.
A little jet lag. I'm sure you can imagine, nearly 60.
I can, sir. Thank you.
Good. I'm not sure you possibly can empathize, but nevertheless, I don't.
Jet lag. I understand jet lag.
Okay, good. Gregory, fine-looking scarf. Not scarf. What do you call that thing?
Thank you very much.
It's strong.
The president also sharpened his political rhetoric, promising this election season he will aggressively defend the Iraq war, saying calls from Democrats for the withdrawal of U.S. troops are just what the enemy wants.
Don't bet on it. Don't bet on American politics forcing my hand, because it's not going to happen.
White House senior political advisor Karl Rove said this week Democrats who have made that call, such as Congressman John Murtha, would make the world more dangerous.
If Murtha had his way, American troops would have been gone by the end of April, and we wouldn't have gotten Zarqawi.
With Zarqawi's death, the formation of the Iraqi government, and the president's trip to Iraq, this has been, in relative terms, a good week for the president's very unpopular war.
Too early to say whether it's a turning point, but certainly the winds have shifted.
The administration will be playing to skeptical voters. Even after the successful mission that killed Zarqawi, polls show a majority of Americans continue to believe the war in Iraq was a mistake. But Democrats may not be prepared to take advantage of this. They cannot agree on the next steps for the war.
Anti-war liberal activists jeered Democratic presidential frontrunner Senator Hillary Clinton when she said a timetable for troop withdrawal was not smart.
I do not agree that that is in the best interest of our troops or our country.
More enthusiasm came for Senator John Kerry, now a war opponent, who called for a timetable to withdraw.
It was wrong, and I was wrong, to vote for that Iraqi war resolution.
Polls indicate that voters now prefer Democrats to Republicans on the issues of terrorism and the war in Iraq. The White House will spend the next 4.5 months trying to destroy that advantage, and judging by his demeanor today, the president will do so eagerly. Jake Tapper, ABC News, Washington.
And when we come back, a big battle in coal country, where parents say a coal company is making their children sick.
What's that? This? Smart Start Healthy Heart.
Healthy Heart?
Yeah. It contains ingredients that may help lower both blood pressure and cholesterol as part of a healthy lifestyle. Cool. It's a cereal that helps take care of my heart. You see, I want to be around forever.
Great.
The only one with ingredients that may help lower both. Kellogg's Smart Start Healthy Heart. Do more.
I've lived here all my life. I'm not going anywhere. I've made arrangements for assistance if I need it. I'm a realist. I know I'll be old one day.
Long-term care coverage from Mutual of Omaha Insurance Company.
They say your footprint is as unique as your fingerprint.
Just like me, unique.
That's why Dr. Scholl's created Memory Fit insoles with memory foam to form to the shape of your foot.
It forms right around your feet.
For customized comfort, see the doctor, Dr. Scholl's.
Are you at home trying to sleep, but your mind is still at the office? Reviewing tomorrow's agenda, charting out the future? Maybe it's time for you to be the boss. Ask your doctor about Lunesta. Even if you've never thought of taking a prescription sleep aid before, Lunesta is non-narcotic and approved for long-term use. And Lunesta can help you get a full night's sleep at last. Lunesta works quickly, so take it right before bed. Of course, do not use sleep medicines for extended periods without first talking to your doctor. Be sure you have at least 8 hours to devote to sleep before becoming active. Until you know how you'll react to Lunesta, you should not drive or operate machinery. Do not take Lunesta with alcohol. Most sleep medicines carry some risk of dependency. Side effects may include unpleasant taste, headache, drowsiness, and dizziness. For a great night's sleep, leave the rest to Lunesta. Ask your doctor. Patti LaBelle has diabetes.
I found a better attitude when it comes to eating.
New One Touch Ultra 2 with before and after meal averages can help you see how food affects your blood sugar.
One touch changes everything, yeah.
Good thing there's the speed of Maalox in a chewable, because nothing's faster. Maalox, kick acid.
The remnants of Tropical Storm Alberto have been causing a lot of havoc across the southeast today. Flooding and power outages and at least one death. More than 5 inches of rain fell in Raleigh, North Carolina. That's a one-day record there. 6 small tornadoes touched down in South Carolina. But there was a bright spot because this could help ease the region's drought. We're going to turn next to West Virginia coal country and a battle about whether a coal company there is making children ill. The coal industry in this country is booming, producing 23% of America's energy. In West Virginia, it is dominant, the only source of employment in some towns. So when parents in one town tried to shut down some coal operations, there was bound to be a fight. Here's ABC's David Curley.
They say coal is king in West Virginia. So a protest
Stop breaking the law! Tear it down!
by those who make a living in mining is rare. But Ed Wiley is speaking out, concerned about his granddaughter's health.
She was looking over at them coal mines, and when she turned and looked at me, she had tears running down her face. And, you know, she says, Gramps, these coal mines are making us kids sick.
Kayla came home sick 3 days in a row from her elementary school. Other students, too. Headaches, runny noses, nausea. Why? Parents say it's this 16-story silo to store coal. It towers over the school, just a few hundred feet away.
Why do y'all have to endanger our kids to make a dollar? Why can't y'all get our kids out of there, put them up the road somewhere, put them anywhere?
Despite the protests from parents, Massey Energy, one of the biggest coal producers here in West Virginia, says it needs more capacity and plans to build a second silo right here in the shadow of the school.
Some parents are now suing. Massey Energy denies their allegations. The company and the governor, who promised to look into the parents' claims, declined repeated requests to talk to us. The state says it looked into the children's illnesses and the coal processing plant next door.
So the state of West Virginia can't confirm that what these parents say, that they think their children are getting sick?
Not from the information we have, the data that's been provided to us.
But an investigator hired by the families did find coal dust in the school. And now officials are finally calling for more tests.
We got to live and make fit kids to feed.
The debate has torn this small company town in two.
There's nothing wrong with the school. There's nothing wrong with Massey. If you work for Massey Energy and you speak out against them, you won't work for them no more.
Herb Elkins, who watched his father die of black lung, is taking action. He'll now drive his son 90 miles each day to escape the school in the shadow of the silo. David Curley, ABC News, Sundial, West Virginia.
And David is going to report on the impact this story is already having in West Virginia. That's later tonight on Nightline. And when we come back, a child's extraordinary journey from child of war to American citizen.
You feeling better?
I'm getting there. But I do feel good that we have Aflac.
Glad I asked about it at work.
I'm glad it's helping pay the bills.
Electric bill, house payments, even Michelle's education. Helps with just about any bills our health insurance doesn't cover.
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
My baby left for college. And for the mess he left, I needed a pain reliever for my back. Took some classes of my own and got something else for arthritis pain. Went high-tech and needed a headache medicine, too. Every new pain, a different pain reliever. But now Advil is my every pain reliever. Advil works wherever I hurt, and nothing's proven stronger on tough pain. So whatever happens, I'm all Advil.
Right now at Red Lobster, create your own summer seafood feast. Choose 2 or 3 favorites like sweet snow crab or crunch fried shrimp. Or try new pan-seared sea scallops. Create your own feast for limited time only at Red Lobster.
All of us have internal plumbing. But for some of us with frequent bladder urges, doing errands also means knowing where all the bathrooms are along the way. The worry your pipes might leak means you don't always detour from your route. But you can take another direction. Talk to your doctor about how to take care with Vesicare. Vesicare, once a day, can reduce urges and may help effectively manage bladder leakage day and night. If you have certain types of stomach, urinary, or glaucoma problems, do not take Vesicare. While taking Vesicare, if you experience a serious allergic reaction, severe abdominal pain, or become constipated for 3 or more days, tell your doctor right away. Common side effects are dry mouth, constipation, blurred vision, and indigestion. A chance to follow a whim, not always your urges. It's not just a pipe dream. Ask your doctor today if Vesicare is right for you.
If you think getting a full serving of fruits and a full serving of vegetables into a single juice is amazing, wait until you taste it. New Strawberry Banana V-Fusion Juice from the Ace. Don't just live, thrive.
Friday, get smart with 2020.
I'm Steve Dunn. Next in the Northwest Only All Local Newscast tonight, we'll have these stories. What some are urging the district to do after a principal is accused of drunk driving. Plus, a security breach puts Oregon taxpayers at risk. What critics say the state needs to do to better protect you.
Look again. Is this really abuse? Tomorrow, one nanny's fight against hidden cameras, and what you see may not be the whole story. Can you believe what's caught on tape? The story you'll be talking about all day. Tomorrow on Good Morning America.
Finally tonight, a milestone for a special boy from Sarajevo. You may remember him. His name is Eki Focho. He was 13 and living through the Bosnian War when Peter Jennings met him. Each was a hero to the other. Well, after a long journey, today Eki, now a young man, became an American.
Do you declare on oath?
Today in Grand Rapids, Michigan, new Americans becoming citizens, including this strapping young sailor, Eki Focho.
What can you say? It's the United States. It's good to be here.
We first met Eki in 1994 when Peter Jennings was reporting from Sarajevo, a city torn by civil war. And amid the gunfire and artillery, he found Eki playing soccer with his friends.
That shooting we hear, do you hear that every day?
Yes, every day, but that's nothing new for me.
That report moved one California couple to help pay to get Eki and his family out of Bosnia and to a new home in Michigan. After graduating high school, Eki joined the Navy and served in the Iraqi War on the USS Theodore Roosevelt.
This country helped my family, myself, and we're just very thankful and grateful for that.
Today, Eki saluted the flag and stood for the national anthem for the first time as a citizen.
I just can't say thank you enough to Peter Jennings. I wish that he could be here today.
Peter would be proud. And you can see Peter's original interview with Eki Focho and learn more about his life at abcnews.com. That is World News for tonight on this Wednesday. I'm Charles Gibson, and for all of us at ABC News, we hope you have a good evening. Good night.
The NBA Finals on ABC. Miami stunned Dallas in Game 3 with an incredible comeback. Now the Mavericks look to win one on the road and take a commanding series lead. Game 4, tomorrow 8:30 Eastern on ABC.
Now, on K2 News at 6:30, a principal is accused of driving with a blood alcohol level nearly 3 times the legal limit. What district officials are saying about his ability as a role model. Plus, 2 men shot to death on 2 different days and 2 different places. Tonight, how 2 people may be linked to these seemingly random acts of violence. And do you trust the IRS with your private records? What one critic is saying after an employee accidentally puts your information at risk.
Live at 6:30, K2 News, the spirit of the Northwest.
Good evening. Thank you very much for being with us. I'm Steve Dunn.
And I'm Deborah Knapp. Our top local story tonight, he is responsible for teaching our kids, but the principal at Reynolds High School in Troutdale has been arrested for drunk driving.
And as K2's Brian Barker tells us, some students and parents are calling for him to step down.
The news at Reynolds High.